I was listening to him. I could tell he was frustrated that he spent money on these ladies and then nothing was going to happen. And I said, you know what? I'm gonna stop you right now. You're not gonna have to spend any money on me. I have grandkids. I have my two oldest are twins. They're 19, and then I actually have a grandson that's 14. I'm not. I can't do it.
Did someone lace your weed or did you forget that we're back with another video? Okay, so the dating market for women over 60 is highly immature. I don't know why, but we're going to get right into it. Oh, yeah. Also, by the way, remember to count your blessings and don't be so focused counting on somebody else's, okay? Focus on your blessings. Your blessings are beautiful. Let's get right into it.
At 61, you cannot be dating how a 25-year-old would date. You cannot.
No.
Guys, here's another over 60-year-old woman coming to TikTok with her personal problems. I want you guys to pay attention to her demeanor and how she tell this story. Let me know if this is given 61 or if this is given 16. Like, honestly, it's sad to see, but we're having a conversation. Don't forget to hit the like button, guys. And if you're rocking with the channel, hit the subscribe button.
Why would Chantel set up the video like that? That made it mad confusing.
Let us take a listen.
Hi, guys. I wasn't going to make this video, but then I thought, you know what, it might actually help someone. As you guys know, I just turned 61, and I haven't dated in years, so I decided to get on Bumble. Thought I'd give it a try. Someone matched with me. That's my type.
Would y'all do the dating apps? Okay, hear me out. I feel like sliding into somebody's DM is literally the same thing as somebody being on a dating app. Yeah, people like to think it's that different, but it's really not. You met them online. You slide through somebody's DM, that's online dating if you think about it, because you met them online and then obviously you see them in person. So I don't really see the big difference.
Which is rare, especially at my age. He's younger, of course. But anyway, we were chatting, and then he asked that I want to talk on the phone. I was just like, sure. So I reached out to ask him if he was ready to talk, and he said, I give you a call back. I'm getting my daughter. So I ain't think nothing of it. And later, he reached out to me, and we were talking, and I asked him, how's it going on Bumble? What is your success rate or whatever? And then he kind of sighed, and he said, he's went out on a couple of dates, and he was a little frustrated because he said he told the women his situation, which is he has two teenage daughters. This guy is like 50, yeah.
Okay, that's not crazy.
And he has a 12-year-old and a 15-year-old. And he said, he took these ladies out, and after he spent money on them, then they let him know it wasn't going to work for them. And so
I'm not going to lie, as you get older and you're single, you have to understand that's the new dating pool. That's a new dating pool. Being in your 20s, I would even argue being like mid, early 30s, you can find people with no kids, but you 40 and up, your dating pool, like people going to have kids at that point. People going to be divorcees. What is it called? Divorcees or whatever. You have to be more realistic about your options at that point. It's not the same. Even the same thing with body count. A body count at 20, depending on the person, of course, but somebody's body count at 21 probably won't be the same body count as somebody who's in their 50s, depending on the person, like I said. So having the same expectations as you would when you was dating your 20s or early 30s, and then walking into like your 50s, 40s, it can't be the same. Unfortunately, I get it, but that's what happens as you get older. So you have to start accepting the circumstances and what's going on, and then move accordingly. Because at that point, I feel like you in your 50s trying to look for somebody with no kids, that's like trying to look for a millionaire. Like, I'm not even gonna hold you. It's rough.
I was listening to him. I could tell he was frustrated that he spent money on these ladies and then nothing was going to happen. And I said, you know what? I'm gonna stop you right now. You're not gonna have to spend any money on me. I have grandkids. I have a my two oldest are twins. They're 19, and then I actually have a grandson that's 14. I'm not. I can't do it. I can't do it. It's like what? Your kids calling you daddy? What they gonna call me? Grandmama. So So for you
Wait,
guys
what?
that are
What?
older, and you
Wait.
have younger kids,
What?
ladies my age in their 50s and 60s, we've been there and done that. We raised our kids. We grandmamas. Grandmamas mean part time. They don't mean full time
Oh, I took a
anymore.
wrong take.
I am so confused
I took a wrong
at this
take
whole
with this
entire
one.
story because she started out and the guy was like, yeah, he'd been on a couple dates with a woman, he spent money on her, and then it's not going nowhere. So what I have to do with you having kids, grown kids, like how does that correlate? I'm a little confused with that story. Unless she's like, I'm gonna prevent him from spending money on me because I know it's not going nowhere. Even though she's 61 on the dating market on Bumble, she is going to reject a 50, 60-year-old man because he got kids. What? Like, wow. Let her continue. Let her
It's like,
finish.
Yeah, I'm gonna let her
that
cook a little
won't
bit. Let me
involve you.
hear.
It has nothing to do with you. And my thing is, I did this in the past with a guy who had a younger kid, and I don't do that, but I went along with it. And I've been there and done that, so I know how teenagers are. We were going on a date. While we were out, he get a phone call. His kid got there to wherever he was going, but didn't have a ride home, which means our date ended. I'm not mad about it. I already been there. I done that. That's what kids do. That's what teenagers do. But at my age, when I go out, I don't want any interruptions. I don't have to go pick up anybody. And so, and a person.
I can't be completely mad at it just because she dated somebody who was in a situation like that and it didn't work for her. And she doesn't want to try it again. Like, I can't really get mad at that. I'm never going to hold you. Because that's like, even for me, for example, I dated somebody who wasn't really like too ambitious and it didn't work for me. I meet a new dude, he not really too ambitious. Why would I give it a try again? Knowing that's not something I want in a relationship. I'm just being so for real. You know what I mean? Like, I think that if anything, that's what people mess up. That's how people have a long lineage of baby daddies and baby mamas. They know what didn't work, and they meet somebody who brings the same thing, thinks it's gonna work again, and it doesn't. And so I can respect that. I can't even get mad at a lady.
Would think it doesn't affect the new person, but if
Live and
we
you
were
learn.
serious, it would affect us. And again, we've been there, done that. Not trying to do that anymore. I commend, any guys that's active or active participant in his child's life. It's kind of difficult to get someone our age that want to do the little kid thing again. Hope it helps someone.
Okay, I think I get where she was going. It's just that the first part of her story was a little irrelevant, as like she didn't have to say the experience of his experience on Bumble, because it kind of distracted from her point at hand, which was she been there, done that. She raised her kids, she raised her teenagers, and now they're adults. She don't want to have to worry about leaving the date to go pick up their child. Then we don't understand why men are choosing to not date single moms, because this is it exactly right here. Like, you have all the responsibility of raising a child, and a lot of men are like, I don't want to make that sacrifice unless it's my own seed. And we can't understand that. We get triggered, we call them insecure. We try to praise stepfathers for stepping up and taking care of a responsibility that he had no parts of creating. Like, we honestly can't see that part. Two things that stood out to me.
That's a very interesting take because, yeah, sometimes some single moms do be upset when a dude is like, oh no, I'm good off you if you got kids. You know what I mean? They don't want to take care of another person's kids. And like with that list and complaint she just named, that does happen. But to get the point of view of the woman, oh, he got kids, I'm not trying to take care of all of that. That's not what she exactly said, but yeah, I get the gist. You feel me? So like, it's cool to see both ends, but the thing is, I feel like social media really likes to highlight the fact that men don't want to step up. Men don't want to step up. What if women don't want to step up too? Like, everything be so double sided though. Everything be so double sided. Like I feel like we started asking ourselves more like, okay, what if gender roles were reversed? I will never forget I seen a comment like that. Like if gender roles were reversed, would it still be okay? You get what I mean? So it's very interesting. It's very interesting to see another point of view with this. I think everybody has their preference though at the end of the day. And I think people can't I think a lot of people just be mad that the individuals that they run into, they're not their preference. They keep on running into men or you keep on running into women and you're not their cup of tea. And if anything, I feel like we need to have a better mindset with this because it's like, why sit around and complain about it instead of saying, you know what, thank God I didn't waste my time with that person. Okay, let me go find a different person who's willing to put up with this. You know what I mean? We think of such of a lack of mindset, such of a scarcity type of mindset instead of thinking like, you know what, there's somebody out me. Abundance. Abundance. Be more optimistic. Don't be so pessimistic. Be positive.
Titling this dating after 50. Ma'am, you 61. Stop changing the title. You 60. Change dating after 60. 60. And secondly, you can't be dating like a young person. You Bumble? Dating apps at 61? Seriously? Like you cannot it's
I'm gonna wait to see if she's gonna say anything about the man though, because like one thing I like to do, I like to highlight both parties, not just the one. Because what she met this man and he was 56, 57. Is she gonna say anything about this 50-year-old man on Bumble?
she said she hasn't dated in a while. And I guess she didn't know, but hopefully if she come across this video, dating apps is not it. You are older now, you have to move like you're older. Don't the Bible say when I was younger, when I was childlike, I had childlike activities. Now I'm no longer a child, so I put away those childlike activities.
She pull out the
Being
Bible
on Bumble
verse.
is not your age group. I'm pretty sure there are apps for older people. I'm pretty sure. I know on Bumble you can set the age range, but it's just the whole concept of dating apps. That's just, it doesn't give maturity. I mean, in the comment section, yeah, correct me if I'm wrong. What are you guys' thoughts? But to me, to see a 61-year-old person on
You see what I mean? She ain't bring up the guy yet. Why is a 55-something-year-old man on Bumble? It's literally, she said she was 61. It's like, what, a 5 year age difference? What about him? Why he on Bumble? You feel me? I don't think is it childish? I mean, whatever works. It be the new thing. It's probably more convenient for a lot of people to do the dating app thing. But like, if anything, I would probably think like going to social settings and stuff be like a younger person activity. Like having to go out and find this person. That don't give like younger person activity. Am I perping? I'm not no expert on how old people should find each other. I feel like it's probably the same as anybody would find each other. You're just more advanced.
on dating apps, it's a little cringe. And then not only that, the obvious point to see a 61-year-old person on TikTok.
Red flag, when nothing no red flag when you no see.
Okay, I'm gonna have to give her that
Telling a story
one.
that you did not.
I'm gonna have to give her that one. Cause when it's people my age or even younger or a bit older, I'm like, okay, but like grown, like grandkids. Imagine seeing your abuela, your grandma, on TikTok story time. I like them old people though. Wait, hold on. I like them old people who be on that like inspirational, motivational mistakes I made when I was younger. I like those old people content creators, but like this airing out your business, like, why?
You even have to telling a story that's very irrelevant. But as always, y'all, we're going to fast in the business and we are going to take a look at what the comment section had to say. So one person said, yeah, dating now is awful. Another person said, I understand. I will not entertain a woman with kids under 16 years old. I don't have any kids, so I understand those women. He don't have any kids. He should not be entertaining a woman without kids with kids in general. But if that's why I say single moms, if you're gonna date, wait until your kids are adults. Like bite the bullets and know, say, okay, these are the cards you have. These are the cards you chose because you.
Damn, that's actually solid. Nah, I'm not gonna say that's like I couldn't even imagine that. That's like if I have a 5-year-old and somebody told me, well, wait till your kid like 18 and then you can start dating again. What? I'm gonna have to wait about like 13 years to find love again. That's a stretch. But I see the inconvenience in it. Like your kid, and not even at 18, your kid's like, I mean, legally they can take care of themselves. Damn, my bad, y'all. They can take care of themselves or whatever, but like, I feel like more like in your 20s, that's when you like have your own place. This, that, and the third, you feel me? So like, I can see the convenience because it's like, oh, I don't have to go pick up my kid from school, or I don't have to discipline them like they're on their own, and I'm in this me. So there is some benefits to that.
Weren't necessarily dealt to those cards unless your husband passed away, then you couldn't control that. But those are the cards you have. Date when your kids are older. Someone said a friend of mine met a man 67 years old with a 2-year-old baby mama, 24 boy. She blocked him immediately. Yeah, 67 or 24. I can understand when men are older, or when people in general are older, they don't want to have to run around behind kids going picking up this and no. And this is why
I think there should really be a video made on like the importance of probably mating early. Like, I'm not even gonna hold you, because even like 67, and he has a 2-year-old, that means he had a kid at 65. And like, we're lucky if we live up to 80, you feel me? So it's just like, you kind of just gave birth to somebody who's like not really gonna have a father for the majority of their life. Because biologically, like, you can only live up to a certain age. So it's very important to like, wow, it's so fun. Wait, hold on, because this is really deep though. This is really deep. Like, think about it. Like, in your 20s, especially like you trying to like make your own identity, like trying to figure out what career you're gonna do, how you're gonna be financially stable, because you like more independent from your parents and stuff. At the same time, it's like, don't neglect the fact, especially you're female, like don't neglect the fact like starting that family and everything is very important too. You don't want to push that off to like in your 40s, because then what? You older, you're not as fertile. Bones getting stiff, you feel me? I mean, not a 40, but like, you kind of declining, you feel me? So wow, so it's like, oh my gosh, the Mara had a point, like for women, like our age currency is really a thing. Bro, this is crazy.
I feel as though at her age group, she should be dating older. I made a previous video when a girl talking about she been friend zoned, the 40-year-old, circle the block. The guy who she friend zoned 20 years ago, circle the block trying to see if she can, get him, and he didn't want her. And I was saying, like, at 40, you need to date older, because at 61, she's trying to go for 56, where more than likely the 56-year-old is gonna have a teenager. More than likely, depending on what age you had kids, more than likely you're gonna have a teenager. Someone said, I know the feeling. I'm 61, widower. It's hard to find a good match just to take life and make the best of it. What keeps me going is spending time with kinfolks out in the country, having cookouts and family gathering. Yeah, at a certain age, you just want to sit there and watch grass grow, like not chase after nobody's kids. This comment says Bumble is like Tinder, hit it and quit it. And honestly, this is why I'm shocked that a big 61-year-old is on Bumble, because don't all dating apps have a stereotype of...
That's what I say. I thought Bumble was like for sex. I'm not like, it's kind of like Tinder. It's like for sex. Some are valid. Some dating apps are valid, especially for like, okay, this is just what I've seen, like, especially like gaming, for example. Like, Bumble is like a really popping app. I could be completely wrong, but that's what I've seen. So like, I think just having that kind of knowledge of what's usually people's intentions on app. Because if I'm looking for love, I wouldn't be trying to look for it on an app that like I know majority of the people are just trying to smash.
I'll hook up. Like, why would you even want to risk it in this big old age? But y'all let me know. Yeah, as I said, my biggest red flag to her is coming on TikTok with her story. It's like, these women don't grow up. And even how she told the story, because the first half of the story was irrelevant. Like, I was so confused. Like, the first half of the story explaining the man's experience on the dating app, it's like, and both him and her, like, why y'all on dating apps still? Go get a matchmaker. If you can't afford a matchmaker, like they're, I don't know. What are you guys' thoughts? To me, it's just cringe when I see people after a certain age trying to do things that young people do. Like, trying to be on dating apps, being on TikToks, even at my age, I think I'm way too old for TikTok. Like, And I am, what, 30 years younger than her? So, like, but she's coming to TikTok with her business. All of this is a red flag,
I
man.
don't
All
know.
of this is
I
red
don't
flag.
know, man.
Red flag, you know, if you know a red flag when you don't see it.
Here's another one of her video.
What I want to make a video about, it's a question I've been had for a while. I actually asked my daughters about it. And it's about men, the way men are behaving right now. The aggression, the stalking. I mean, all these things that are happening right now. Do you think that's why God says it's not good for man to be alone? I'm serious though. I mean, the way that they're behaving. We don't know what he was doing in the garden, you know. So my question, seriously, I know that women balance them out. You know, women calms them down and whatever. So, and them not having access.
You know what? She probably bored. In one of her videos, she mentioned that she was married for 20 years and been divorced for 20 years. Her coming to TikTok, it's sad. It's sad if anything. But I feel like you cannot be dating how at 25.
I don't know. Maybe like at any age, you can have the desire to be a content creator. That's the only thing I can think of. And I feel like back then there was no means of this way to have technology. But what if she always wanted to be like somebody to have a platform and do story times and something like that, but it just wasn't accessible back then. And that's why when they get older, they get to doing this. But I don't know. I personally don't think I would have too much of a desire to be airing out my business like that. But there's benefits to it. You find people online, they relate to you, they give you advice, this, that, and the third. But to each their own.
At 61, you cannot be dating how a 25-year-old would date. You cannot.
No. That
There's
movie
certain
was
things that
scary.
should just go without saying. Like, yeah, okay, you don't want a man with kids. You don't want a man with teenage kids. Go hire a matchmaker and tell them that. Not your TikTok page. Like, come on now. But, guys, we continue to just highlight that even at 61, they do things like a 16-year-old. Even at 61, their mentality, their storytelling. Feminism.
Feminists. Lies.
This is a result of feminism. This is a result of not getting guidance from a masculine man, not being under anybody's leadership and not submitting to anybody. So now you're running wild and free like chicken with their heads cut off and you can't even tell a story straight. But listen, it's a public video.
I don't think feminism is going to be the reason why somebody can't tell a story straight. But yeah, there's been a lot of cons and negatives that came from feminism, just like how people view themselves. But that happens when you get guidance from the wrong things, bro. Seek your truth and do what you think is right. Don't people see what other people do and think, oh, yes, let's get at it. Discover what you think is true to you. But I feel like this is pretty much the end of the video, y'all. But thank you for tapping in. Make sure y'all hit that subscribe button and I'll catch y'all next time.